If you want to bead this easy tubular herringbone bracelet and use your favorite gemstone beads for yourself or as a hashtag green Christmas gift, just keep watching. For today's bracelet, we use the tubular herringbone stitch for the strap, and as beads I use some cubes, crystal 4mm crystal cubes, glass cubes, or some 6mm gemstone beads. Today I have here some green aventurine 6mm beads. For the herringbone rope, I am going to use the 11 O's in gold, then nymo thread and a beading needle, then some split rings for the clasp with jump rings and a lobster clasp, and we are ready to start our tutorial. We start our bracelet strap with the tubular herringbone rope using a set of 4 beads. And to make sure, because here we are at this end, we are going to attach the clasp, we make sure that we start with a leather stitch so the connection is stronger. And we start with picking up 4 seed beads, go back up through the first 2 seed beads that we've added, down the next 2, and now we add another stack of 2. We make sure that the thread is well pulled, and now we add the last stack for the leather stitch. And here we have 4 stacks of beads. Now we connect them in a circle. So we fold, connect with the first 2 beads, go back down, and then again up. And here we have our base for the herringbone rope ready. At this point we create the half clasp the way we usually do, and for this we pick up 3 seed beads, pick up 1 of our rings that is not split, so 1 of our closed rings, and then we go in the diagonal, we connect with the diagonal. Go down the stack and then go up the next one like this. In this point we pick up one seed bead, we go through the second seed bead from the loop that we have just added, pick up another seed bead, and then we go down through the stack of seed beads opposite the one where we've started, opposite the one in the diagonal. And here we have kind of a cross, and this cross holds the closed ring. And now, following the thread path, we just go back and reinforce this clasp connection. Okay, and this is our clasp. If you feel the need to go over again, you can do that, especially if the seed beads allow more passes. In this moment, the connection for the clasp is ready, and we can continue with our bracelet strap. So for the herringbone, tubular herringbone stitch, pick up 2 seed beads, go down through the next seed bead near the one where the thread comes out, turn the work, go back up through the next seed bead, pick up 2 seed beads, go down through the next seed bead, and at this point we have finished a row. After we finish a row, so after adding 2, we step up, this meaning that we have to go back up, not through 1 but through 2, the last 2 seed beads. So this was 1 row. And we repeat this stitch until we have 10 rows of herringbone. So you do not count the ladder stitch, just 10 rows of herringbone. Let's make another row of herringbone together. So the thread comes out, pick up 2 seed beads, go back down through the next seed bead, turn the work, go back up through the next, from bottom up, through the next seed bead. Here we pick up 2 seed beads, go back down the next seed bead, like so. And here we have finished the second row. So we have to step up, we go back up through 2, the last 2 seed beads. To count the rows, you just count the beads on one side. Here we've beaded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows, and we are going to add the 10th. The reason I am counting for 10 is just because I want to use 6 beads for the length of the bracelet, and this is how is needed. If you want to add less or more, you just modify this number of seed beads for the herringbone rows. And now we finish the 10th row, in this case the row that is right before one of the beads, and now we add the bead. So we pick up the bead, pick up 2 seed beads. That will be the start of the new herringbone stack. And here we have to be careful that we go down through the next seed bead. Now we continue the stitch. We go up through the next seed bead, and now we move the thread through the bead. We add 2 seed beads for the next stack of herringbone, and here we finish the stitch. And here we are careful with the threads, make sure that the beads are nicely stacked, and here we go back up through the last 2 seed beads. It's kind of like the bead doesn't count, so we go back up through this one and this one. And now here on top of the bead we have 4 beads. That will be the base of a new herringbone sequence. So we pick up 2 seed beads. Here we have the thread coming out of the seed bead, and we go down from top down through the next one. Then from the bottom up through the following seed bead, pick up 2 seed beads, and then go down through the next one. With this we have finished a row, so this means that we have to step up, going up through the next 2 seed beads in the stack. Again, make sure that the tension of the thread makes the beads to fall in the nice position, and we continue this for other 8 more rows, because here we have 2 rows and we add 8 more, and then we add again a bead in between the herringbone rows just the way we've done here. Now let's see how we attach the clasp in the other side of the bracelet after we have created the length that we need by repeating this step for the required length. So with the thread coming out of the seed bead, we pick up 2 seed beads like we would make a herringbone row. Then we go under the next seed bead, pick up 1 seed bead, and then go back down from the previous 2. So we are recreating the ladder stitch here, because that stitch is stronger and more suitable for the clasp. Okay, now we have the thread up, we pick up 1 seed bead, go back down the next one, and then up again, because this is our ladder stitch, go down through 2, and now because we already have the beads in place, we just connect them with the thread. And this is how we have added 1 stack. Obviously, if you want, and is recommendable to add another one just to have the clasp end strong. We connect with the next one, add 1 seed bead, go back down 2. So it's more like a visual thing that you have to follow than a pattern, and see what beads you need to add and what thread path to follow to create the ladder stitch. Okay, goes up, and here we add another seed bead, up, down, and the last connection. Here we go down 2, and here we have the last connection, down and up. And this is how we have ended our herringbone rope with a stack of ladder stitch, keeping it all together. Now we create that cross that we have used in the other side when we started. So we pick up 3 seed beads. So we pick up 3 seed beads and the split ring, go through the bead in the diagonal, up the next bead. Now we pick up one seed bead, find the second one in the loop that we have just added, go through it, pick up another seed bead, and then down the bead that is diagonal to where we started to add this one bead. Now we go around and reinforce, going just through the same beads. Actually quite in the same sequence we have added them. And then here up and down. If you need to reinforce and go around more than once, you are more than welcome, because if you sell this bracelet or if you give it as a gift or even for yourself, this clasp is better be strong. Okay, so this is how we add the what I call half clasp. Now let me show you how you add the clasp. So pick up your pliers and your jump ring, open the jump ring, then pick up the half of your bracelet and the clasp can be a lobster clasp, a magnetic one, a toggle clasp, is really up to you. And now we close back the jump ring, and here we have our clasp. Okay, so using the same technique you can increase the number of the stacks of 2 beads herringbone that you include in the ropes, so you can make it with 3 pairs of 2, with 4 if you want, and obviously you can use any type of bead and any size as long as it makes sense for your design. So for a 2 pair stack of herringbone, the 4mm goes well, the 6mm goes well. If you are going to increase to 3 pairs of herringbone, obviously you can go up to maybe 8 and 10mm beads to include in your design. I hope you like this, and please subscribe and comment, and see you with our next tutorial. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.